Right, welcome back to Nightingale's Motorcycles, restorers, metal finishers, soda blasters, powder coaters, ceramic coaters, polishers, frame builders. Right, so today we're going to get onto a few little projects. I thought I'd show you some motocross triple clamp yokes come in. We're going to tidy them up, see what you think when we do them. I thought we'd add a little bit of soda blasting in, so you see the difference in soda blasting. You will in the triple clamps, the forks, see the yokes actually see dry blasting and some vapor blasting. And then we'll probably look, I've got an RD250, one of the casings, clutch casings in, and I'm thinking about taking that back. And maybe I've got spray booth empty at the moment. Friday afternoon we're tidying down, and we might just do a bit of ceramic coating once we've had a look under it. So, right, we'll go and have a look and see the first project in. Right, we'll start on the yokes first, so we'll get a close-up of these motocross yokes actually. New customer in, just bought a bike and he's going to start restoring it. Little on the logo in there, we'll have a close look at them and what they're like. And I'll go through that process as well. So, next thing I might show you, soda blasting. I haven't really gone over soda blasting. As you know, that when I get journals or crankcase halves, these are the Merlin which was stripped down, and once we kick the bearings out of this, we'll be doing soda inside, water soluble, you see, no oxide. So soda to the centres, mild, ultra mild oxides or vapour to the externals, again inside here, so we don't get any metallic into the casing. So we're just ticking all the boxes. We've got some more TLR 200 heads in, not as bad as that one the other night on that video. So what I'd show you is what we do, the effect with soda. Now, the soda I use is, I sometimes do when someone's got some Amyl carburetors, the British boys, is I do it in soda because it's not blinger glass, aqua vapor blasting, so it just gives you a nice clean finish, so it'll show up on it. But because we've got a camshaft journal in here, this would be done, and obviously inside the valve side of it. So two different heads. It's for a trade customer this, and he builds them back with standard cams in and standard heads. So he has actually cleaned that back, he said, a few years ago, but thought I might demonstrate soda. When they get cracked down, they'll be done on soda. Just shows you with them crankcases there, look at them, running hot, them, very hot. I mean, that bearing was graunchy on that. Again, seals were, you could tell they were distorted as well, so they've been sucking air in, hence weak mixture and running hot. I think that'll be the cause of that, because the top end was good. It's not like it had on that two-stroke 350 Merlin. It's not like it had piston problems or seizures or any identification of it. So, right, so we'll move on to the last thing, which hopefully we might get done on this video. Another customer, good restorer, this man, Showtime, very clever man. So he started rubbing it down. He's got evidence of priming under it. So what he wants me to do is take that off, which I'll take that off with a dry oxide. I'm just trying to show you again, so give you some ideas what we do. Once it's down, we've got past the primer. He thinks there might be a little bit where it's been filled, but hopefully today we'll take that back. All the writing's still good. None of my dry blasting will upset that, all the identification. We'll take that back, have a look at it. We might have to do a bit of diamond grinding. Might get that to the spray booth for a bit of ceramic specialist coatings, which will be a colour black, I'll show you. And it's the most common one I use on all these 70s, 80s bike casings of this era. So let's start on the first project then. Okay, so we'll crack on with these first. You've seen them close up. They've still got a factory coating on them. But it's the customer wants these vapor blasting, so I'll show you the process again. You like these videos because so what we've got is a really nice little sticker in there, look, so it'd be nice to keep that. So I'll get air dryer on that first, just for a few seconds. One I brought from home, so I don't need it anymore, been a slaphead. So let's have a look. There we go. Put that back in when we're finished. Nice is that. So what I'm going to do with these next is I'm just going to put them in a small ultrasonic tank. I've got it about 65, 70, one I showed you the other day. I'm just going to let them soak for a bit and put some, just one of my mixtures of chemical in that, only to degrease them and polish them up a bit, just to get them back to sound. We're keeping all the nuts and bolts in, by the way, because we're doing a media, the customer's buying new set. So it's great where I bung them up anyway because of threads, because we don't want any media in it. So I think we'll put them into soak, just in a little machine. And we'll get these threads masked up. We don't want anything on the threads. Again, that tip I showed you the other day, keep doing it with your foil. So you put your foil in, and when it's on, just do it for 10 minutes. If it blows holes in it, it's telling you that it's actually working on the frequency. Even if you've got a little benchtop one from on the internet, you know, there's nothing wrong with them. But if it don't blow holes in it, it's not doing anything. All you've got is a hot water tank with a bit of chemical in it. It's not like the big 6,000 watt ones here, which we're running on the pulse generators, which you can get big units in. But this is ideal for little jobs on these. So that's a quick tip, that. So we'll leave them in soak, and we'll come on to the next thing. So cylinder heads on soda. So what I'll do with these, I'll take one of these to a soda blaster. It's just a standard small soda blaster. I adapted it about 5 years ago to keep a continuous flow. Most of you guys at home, if you think you're going to buy these things for doing all types of blasting, you probably won't have the air pressure. You probably won't have the gun inside. And they're great for just light work. If you're changing from soda to hardcore grits or glass, a little bit. Plus it's humidity in your garage. If you haven't got a proper workshop, you probably find you're pumping the pedal, you're bashing the pipes on them, and you only get seconds running. I get a continuous flow on this, but I use it a lot, as I say, for internal crankcases and race engines, British bikes, anything. Because as I said, years and years of people, all these things coming in like glass vapor blasting. Though it's glass, I know you're going to say, well, that's okay. But anything blasting anything into something at high pressure, especially on light oxides, it could be impregnated into them casings and it returns out under warmth. And under microscopes, it's actually been shown it does. So again, because we do race engines, we just stick to that process. So we'll go to a soda blaster. So I'm going to put the underhead in it just to show you soda blasting. Again, as you know, as you've listened or watched my videos, and thanks very much for that, all my glass, wet media, my ultra fine dry media, I keep everything absolutely immaculate. And this is another thing if you're working from home, because if, you know, I'm putting fresh soda in, you know, filling in things with fresh so I don't get any contaminants either. You know, I'm almost paranoid because I know when I'm going into ceramic coating, I can't afford any grease, oil. That's why there's a procedure before they come to these. So let's have a quick look at this then. Again, soda, what's fresh, you know, dry, that's your main thing for flow. As I said, it's a cabinet I altered 8 or 9 years ago. But it's ideal just for that. I only use it for soda, that's it. Alright, so we'll have a quick blast. Have a look in here, over my shoulder. As you see, I'm getting constant blast as well. I aren't losing anything. I don't have to start tapping this hose. And you know, there's a lot to be said with soda because it's so fine. It's disposable anyway, it's all going into dust. But my idea is I'm just showing it on the journals, and it's a play safe. Sometimes when I get carburetors on the Jap stuff, on the 4-strokes without diaphragms in it and sliders, there's one thing you know when you do this, you're not going to get any glass media or grit into it. So I'll just do that bit there and then we'll come off that. So it's just giving you, it's a slow process, but it's continuous. As you see, I'm continuously blowing. When we adapted this, when we first bought this machine, it's an obvious type DIY, and I knew that. We dropped it all down and made the mods. Got some bits from the States, and I can run this on a good pressure all the time. I'd never have to do anything. But not saying that if you was at home and you had humidity in your garage and you get damp in any media, or you're not filtering out your compressed air. So right, so we'll take this out and have a look where we are with this. Right, so that's soda, basically. I mean, I would have put this in acetone first, and depending what prep I'm going to put on the outside for, if it was ceramic coatings, I'd be gassing it out in the oven. But if you can see, look, close up now, I've only done the 2 journals, and, you know, there's nothing at all. Water soluble, so it's another way of preparing parts, especially if you've got carburetors with diaphragms in, and some of the old cars as well. So right, so what I'm going to do next is, while them triple clamps, fork yokes are in the cleaner, ultrasonic at the moment, I'm going to come along to this RD casing, and I'm going to prep this. So what I'm going to do with this is, we're going to go past the black paint, the primer, and I'm going to take this off. I'll do a couple of, 30 seconds for you, just to see me taking it off. Now, this is one of my super light oxides, mixed with literally a bit of walnut and a bit of glass. And again, dry. The only reason I'm saying glass, it highlights any of the marks, because when we take this off, when you put a bit of light into it, not that dull blasting look, it lets me highlight it so I can be able to go on if I need diamonds. At the same time, we've got writing, so there'll be no problems there, nothing down anything. So we'll get that to a big dry blaster now with that mixture in it. So we'll get this into dry blaster. I'll do 30-40 seconds of it, show you it close up the finish, then I'll whack the rest of the case out, I'll show the writing close up, everything up. We'll go past the black, past the primer, but again, we're working with, look at this, nothing. Ultra fine, no worry about damaging anything, or the preparation even for painting. So right, I'll show you that in 30 seconds. So we'll have a look. So we're going to get right close up onto this. And see that finish look. There it come out of the factory. Perfect. So what I'll do, I'll work on this in a minute just to show you right down. But if you look how smooth it is, everything. Now, the media I'm using this is to take in a ceramic coating. And that's, I'm hopefully going to show you me painting this and bringing it back. So that's the standard. That's what we get back. And if I can say again, and I'll keep going on about it, by putting a bit of glass into there, look how it's lit that up. It lets me see everything, every seam. I'm not saying ordinary oxide doesn't, but you know, and there's nothing there. That's fantastic. So right, we'll have a look in a minute. Right, just turn this off. So that's it taken back. So what I did, just as we turned the last off, the last video, I was changing my media because I've changed it very similar to what I used, but it's because it's going to be Cerakote, so I'm just pure, a very light oxide. We'll put this for gassing out in a bit, but first, now we've got a close-up of it. Everything's looking pretty close, but if we look here, I'll just get a pen a minute. Right, now we can see what the primer filler was trying to do. So if we can look there, look, just that's what we do. There's a little hole there, little indentation, a little bit there, a little bit of frosting there, little there. All good, all mint. Right, so what we'll do, we'll take that over to a bench. We'll take that down, a little bit there, look. Right, we'll get rid of that. And while we're doing this, we'll go on to the stage of the fork yoke, showing them coming out the heater tank. Right, so I'm going to take these out now, these marks. Then I'm going to gas this out. I've acetoned it already first thing. Gas it out in the oven, then we'll take it to the spray booth for ceramic coating. So I'll give this a quick whirl and we'll come back once I've just got this These lines taking. I'll get rid of these, come back and show you in a second. Right, let's have a close-up. All gone, alt marks gone, everything's good. So what we'll do with that, I'll just put that back in the blaster just to fret over that a bit, then we'll hang that up in the oven. So next thing you'll see that coming out the oven. I know we're on with a few things, so we'll carry on now with the fork yolks. I'll bring them over. Fresh out, cooking on gas here. Ooh, steaming. Right, what we'll do is then, they'll be drying themselves off, seconds. We'll just get some tape across them. 2 seconds. You get a close-up of them now. Right. So let's just get them threads masked up. Like that. They've dried themselves out. There on. We'll just get an airline on them. And then we'll get these to a dry blaster, keeping all the screws in. We've got the little under sticker out there. Try and get rid of that now. A bit of glue. There we go. Good. Right, we'll get these in a dry blaster. Okay, we'll get these blasted off, dry blasted, and then show you them dry blasted, then into a vapor blaster, wet blaster. Okay. Okay. Have a quick look at these then. Okay, close look. Every bit inside. So at this stage, what could happen is if there were road bikes, motocross trials, anything, this would be the state we're at now for polishing, professional polishing, because that's where I'd cut back, and if I had a few little dings in it. These are going for vapor blasting. Also, this is the right media if we're moving now to ceramic coating, like I've just done the yam casing, which that's now in the oven, and we're just gassing that out. And then what we'll do is we'll get it for paint. Right, so that's it. Close up again. All finished. The only reason I'm just going over that again, I've already gassed it out. I'm just going over it because I've just been over the casing before that, and if there's any grease, I'm just making sure. Usually the procedure is acetone and gassing out into blaster. But sometimes I go backwards and forwards depending what I'm up to. So right, so they're mint. So we're going to put these in a wet blaster now. So what this will actually do is, this would be fantastic as well if you're at home to paint yourself. That'd be a fantastic key if you were just bringing them in. So we'll take these and we're going to bling them now. So as I say, I play with the media zonk glass, as you know, and we've got a really high bling glass in it. So let's transform these now, peen them over, so then the customer, when he gets these back, Just have to wash them, that's it basically, but this is where it transforms it. So let's have a look in a wet blasting machine. Right, so we'll have a look at these now. I'll just give them a quick clean in here. Go in here. So right, so what we'll do with these then, we'll take them to where customers pick parts up. We'll just give them 5 minutes then just to dry off. Meanwhile, I'll be taking the casing out and getting it ready for painting. So the next thing you'll see is me prepping some paint ready to do that RD casing. And these will be ready to show you finished job. Right, so we've got the RD case ready. As you saw the marks in it, I've taken them out, gone back over it. I've now got it bunged, all ready to paint, and we're going to ceramic coat that. Yeah, it must be a bit of a thing lately, because this customer also brought in one of these things. Remember this one at the beginning of the week on that other video? Coming a bit of a joke now. So yeah, satin black, and it rattles. This has got instructions on this one though. Shake vigorously for 2 minutes. Hold approximately 4 inches away and press button at the top. Ugh, right, don't need that. Let's go and have a look at spray booth and see what we're up to. Right, so first thing, with the most popular colour here for this one is a glacier shaking system, because it shakes it for 10 minutes, the paint, and then what we do, we put it through metal strainers, 0.8 gun metal strainers all the time, because we're trying to keep away from paper filters, any inclusions. Always got a selection of these on the go, right up to 325 mesh we do for more pistons and cams. So I've loaded the gun, we've shaken it, got a gun loaded. We'll put this to the spray booth, and I'll paint this. Once I've painted this, it'll be looking highly gloss. It ain't going to turn satin. 24 hours. It's a C series this, so there's no catalyst with it. So I am measuring it out. So like when we measure out ceramic coatings, I've got matte satin and gloss, and I'm mixing 24 to 1, 18 to 1 to get the shading. You don't have the luxury of matte satin and gloss. In this case, it comes out one colour. You can omit the oven curing. 24 hours you can touch it, 5 days it's cured. It's another good way, but I like doing this with these casings because I tend to get an equal colour. If I've got a lot of parts in at once, I know when you mix in resin, though we mix with our resins with syringes, so then we weigh it on weighing scales. So back to any of these colours, like the fork yolks, we'll have a look at a bit. If you didn't have them vapor blasted, there's 135 colours in ceramic. So let's get geared up with this one and get it painted. So right, there we go. Just a quick test. You're going to lose me a minute now at noise, and then I'll come back to you. You can see me painting it. Right, so we'll let that flash off a bit, and as I say, it's wet now, so we'll go over and go over what we've been doing. So right, so that casing will be flashing off now, quarter of an hour, and it'll start to lose its gloss, and it's a really nice satin, is that. It's a really good finish of that. It is about the nearest you'll actually get to RD range, or any of them black cases from the 70s, 80s. So just to recap, you've seen some ultra fine soda blasting, you've seen some dry blasting with different medias, back onto vapor blasting. Once I've shown you this triple clamp yoke, say this went for vapor blasting, you could add 135 colours in it, you know, go a bit wild in the colour scheme. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick look at these yokes then and see that final finish close up, and then what we'll do up here, if you remember, we had the little emblem we took out when we first started. We'll just get that, and what we'll do is we'll just stick it back in. All right. Just give that a wipe. How's that? Ultra fine, media blasted, degreased, ultrasonic, emblem taken out, ready for the customer to collect. So I think I'd be happy with that one. Soda blasting. So we'll just have final look at the booth. It'll still be glossy, but it'll be going duller as we speak, to a satin that 24 hours, an air cure, 4 days on, and we can assemble it. But you can actually send it out to you, back to you in 24 hours. And that's a ceramic, one of the blacks. So we're going to have a look at that. So right, I think we're coming to the end. So we've seen the soda blasting, the fork yokes, and this casing of this RD250. I'd just give it 5 minutes just to flash off from gloss, because the idea was in that ceramic coating. I don't know whether you can see that close up. It's a lovely finish that. Now if we get close up to the actual and just see it from out there, you'll see it's just starting to satin off, a little bit of glossing left on it, but what a lovely finish that is. And we're taking the marks out and taking that back like that. When that just flashes off completely, that'll look tremendous, will that? They do every time, same as what I do barrels in LCs and finned RDs. So we're all finished, all cleaned down, all gun cleaned off, papered up, ready for Monday morning. Again, that was a ceramic coating in satin. Once again, we're based in Scarborough, North Yorkshire, 01723 370 399, available on landline after 3 o'clock, or you can send us a message, email us, or speak to me direct. It's not a problem. Any projects as usual, just ring me up or send them in to me. I'll have a go at them. There's always a plan B. And I hope you've liked this one. Like I say, if you liked it, some in the comments is fantastic. Subscribing, brilliant. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.